tell me, what was actually the name of the award? It was you were the #1 stream in the streaming awards. Isn't that correct?
Welcome to Coach Marino's Game Day show here at Jack's Sports Bar in Palmetto. I'm Brian Varnador, and I'm joined by head coach Dave Marino. And we want to thank the #1 fans, our TigerVision fans, as we had over 3,900 fans viewing our broadcast Friday night. If you haven't already done so, we want to remind you, please like and subscribe to our channel. Ring the bell over there so you can stay in touch with current Palmetto Tigers athletics and football. Now let's turn it over to Coach Marino as he will announce the impact players of the game. Coach, introduce your impact players of the game to us.
Well, on offense, Josh Siplin has been improving every game, every day in practice, every series. So Josh Siplin had a great game. He was 17 for 23, 232 yards, 3 touchdowns. So he's one of them. And then Sajel Hickson, we can't ask, or we can't thank Sajel enough for all he does. He went out into the slot, played a lot of receiver for us last week, and so he was just phenomenal when he caught the ball, the yards after catch, and then he was still in the backfield as a running back. He did a lot of blocking, for all the other running backs, including Mouse, the man, Cleve Benson. Had a pretty good night as well. So, Sajel does all those things as any great teammate would. And so we're just excited for him and these seniors to get back on the W side. And then defensively, we have the other Simpson brother. Jordan Simpson comes up with a big pick. Every week you could basically say, Jalen Wester and Jordan Renard just dominate the game up front. And everything starts up the middle, offensive line, defensive line. And so, you can make Jordan and Jalen the MVPs, players of the week every week. But we want to share the wealth on defense because it truly is a team defense. And every week, there's just somebody else that steps up, whether it was Chance Zipper in week 1 or Sheldrick Simpson in that Manatee game played outstanding, Cedric Augustine, and I can go on and on. So this week, we have Jordan Simpson, and then we also have Ruben Stamp, who is just an outstanding complement to Jalen Wester inside at linebacker play. And if Jalen's not there, Ruben's right there to make plays. So those are our guys this week, and look forward for you to see them and talk to them and ask them some questions.
Can't wait to talk to them. I've noticed with Simpson, number 29, the other Simpson brother, right?
Yep.
He does such a good job of being in the right place, turning the play inside. A lot of times you don't make the play from that position, but your assignment is so critical. Yep. Because it can be, if you go for that killer hit, then it can be down the sideline for 30 or 40 yards. So he is very disciplined, and it's great to have him on the show tonight. And Josh Siplin, 17 for 23, Coach. I love the way, in the game was making the progressions. I saw him on one particular play. There's 1, 2, 3, throw to the third progression. And and of course, Sajel Hickson. Sajel Hickson reminds me a lot of, he's basically a running back, but is devastating from the wide. He's like LaMichael Pirine that played for Florida. Yep. He is devastating, and you could almost put him out wide on the boundary, and he is an effective receiver. He's a great running back, but what a bonus to have Sajel doing his thing, Coach.
And that's one of his biggest assets as far as the recruiting process, because he's the complete running back. They ask you as a running back, are you just a first and second down back, or are you a third down back? Sajel's an every down back because he can pass protect to give you a chance to take those shots down the field. He'll pick up a blitzing linebacker. He catches the ball out of the backfield. You can move him out into the slot, and he can actually be a receiver. So he is just so versatile in his skill set. And like I said, he's obviously one of our most valuable offensive weapons.
He comes out of that slot and makes blocks too, which is very impressive. So not only does he catch the ball, does he run the ball, but he makes those blocks. So, so let's get into the action here and talk through some of the highlights from the October 16th game with the Charlotte Tarpons.
Well, we knew coming in, they were going to be a tall order. It's a district game. They were 4-1. They had beaten Braden River, and like right out of the gate there, they get some momentum. They're hyped, they're excited. But a great play by L.J. Hewitt, who's done an outstanding job on kickoff. He's our safety, and he makes plays and gives our defense a chance. Right there, just great coverage by Sheldrick Simpson. Like I said, he still had an outstanding game, but again, we wanted to share the wealth and get his brother Jordan up here this week. That quarterback is outstanding. He's got several D1 offers. He's a hard, physical runner. As you know, Brian, you're reminiscent of the Tim Tebow era, and that's what this quarterback was like.
He's just like him.
He was very physical. He could throw the football. He could really do it all. And so the way our defense was able to corral him was just outstanding all night long. And then there's Jock Hughes doing everything we ever asked him to do. He punted for us when Robert Gavin was out with a knee injury. So now the offense takes the field, and we wanted to start fast, and so it was a good play right there, getting it into Cleve Benson's hands. And again, you saw Sajel Hickson making those blocks that were very crucial. Right there, again, Cleve running hard, running behind his pads, puts us into a 3rd and short, which is where we want to be. You always want to, you want to try to stay away from 3rd downs, but if you're going to be in a 3rd down situation, you'd like it to be a 3rd and short. A little bit of a high snap, but great job by Josh. It's the benefit of being 6'4" as a quarterback, getting it out to Sajel and moving the chains, and that's key. Right there, we got to clean these mistakes up. As you've seen over these first 5 games, which is expected early on, but it's time for us to clean those mistakes up, those mental mistakes. Again, right there, Quay Smith. What a great effort on the perimeter block in number 13. He just basically pancaked that kid. And it was just all physical effort and toughness. And then again, right here, Sajel, catching the ball out in space. If I had a red flag, and that would be true. One. Hey, I believe he was down. But again, you can't do that. It's not NFL football. It's not college football. And so you don't have the luxury of the.
Yeah, if you look at the replay here, Coach, you can see that it was a good hit. It was hat on the ball. But he was able to gather that as he got to the ground. So check that out. So the ball gets away, but Sajel,
he's got it right there.
Right there.
And then, like I said, the ball causes the fumble. So, that's just something we got to do a better job of, and we got to, protect the football, because, like I said, that's been our Achilles heel so far. We had 3 against Manatee, we had 3 against Braden River, and you just can't turn the ball over against good teams and overcome that.
There's Big Baby.
Jalen's a beast. He's just got a great nose for the football. He studies his keys so much. But again, we just can't make it easy for these other teams. We practice this all the time. We're a tempo team. We try to do these same things to other teams. So our guys are prepared. We do it every day. And we do it a lot every day. And so it's just a part of our nature, and it's a part of our culture, and it's part of our practice routine.
Look, Jordan Renard right there. He's getting held, doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, he's a beast. and Cedric does a great job. Cedric Augustine, wrong shoulder, and that trapper, which freezes the running back and gets him to stop in the backfield, and then allows our pursuit. And that's the thing. Our defense is a swarming defense. They work hard pursuing. Again, Chance Zipper, gave up outside leverage, but he was there, again, in the backfield to make a play. But he's just got to still learn to keep that outside leverage while he's making that pursuit into the backfield. So we get him into a 4th down situation, and they connect. And that's why I always tell our kids, the biggest stats, the most important stats that we look at are 3rd downs and turnovers. And, if you convert a 3rd down, there's a very great chance you're going to score. And if you convert a 4th down, you're going to score.
Which is, you're dead on, because penalty earlier, and here's the touchdown coming up.
Yep. And so great coverage. Was it pass interference? I don't know. Again, you can't second guess the referees.
I thought there, Coach, it's a 1st and goal from the 6. So if you get the penalty, it's only a 3-yard penalty there. and better than letting a defender or an offensive player catching the ball.
Yeah, like I said, I just think as you see in the replay right there, it's close. Yeah, I mean, but it is what it is, and our defense has to respond to those, and we didn't do a good job of responding to that right there. Too easy. We were late to the party. Up front, they got hats on hats and got some push. And like I said, when your backs are to the wall on the 3-yard line, you got to get in their backfield. And, we didn't do that. So, that's exactly what a championship program does. They go out on the road, they strike fast. And so, that's what Charlotte did. So we had to respond. And every week I couldn't be more proud of the kids, the way they fight for 48 minutes. So being down is not the end of the world for us. Our kids are confident. We know that we were moving the football in the last drive offensively. And we just, like I said, we coughed it up, and we just got to protect it better. Right there, what a great read by Josh, and he's just a little bit off. But then again, we know that he's only going to continue to get better and progress, and he does. He hits that throw later on. Great call by Coach Ty Stolt.
Love that call. 3rd down, and we convert, and that's big. That's big. It was a great call. Caught him in a blitz, and so that was well played by Charlotte right there. Josh made the right read. It was definitely a keep, and but then gives some openings. When he does keep it, even if he doesn't make a big play out of it, and now those guys are a little slow in their pursuit, and that's what opens up those run lanes. So again, keeping the chains moving and keeping them off balance. Great hard run there by Sagel, always running behind his pads. All right, decent blocking on the perimeter, but again, we just got to maintain those blocks. We want to push the perimeter a little bit more. We made that cut too soon. And again, we got to clean those up. We got to clean those up. That was an opportunity for Zorian Geathers. We had a drop there. And so, our receivers are getting better. It's an inexperienced bunch, but they're getting more and more experience each and every week, and they're playing better. I think we only had that one and maybe one other drop last week. So that's much improvement over the last several weeks. So at the end of the first quarter, like I said, Charlotte came out fast. And that's what we need to do this week, because we'll be on the road this week again against a tough Southeast opponent, crosstown rival. So championship programs do that, and Charlotte did that. So, we have to answer here in the second quarter. And you'll see the answer, the great quarterback play on their side. Boucher, I was very impressed with him. Defense comes up. So at the end of the first quarter, Palmetto Tigers are trailing this one 7-0. Now let's take it into second quarter highlights.
So again, it was a little bit of pressure in his face, all right, and they called us for a roughing the passer. I don't know. Like I said, it was, again, we're right there in his face. Good coverage by L.J. Hewitt, basically just forcing him out of bounds, step for step with him. All right, but then again, this kid is a running back playing quarterback, and then he's also got the ability to pass the football as well. So.
And that was the personal foul. That was the guy grabbed Stamp's face mask, pulled his lid off. Yeah. And I thought Ruben was pretty clean on that one. Yeah. But offsetting.
So again, good coverage. Jock coming over the top.
Crazy.
I thought if he got there a step sooner, I think he had a chance to pick that off. Again, good pressure, flushing him out of the pocket, and again, great coverage. Giving him no room to make a play. Now this one, this is a mix-up. Our return guy should have been making the universal call, which is Peter. And he didn't do that, and unfortunately LJ was caught off guard, but thank God he was able to have the awareness to get on it so that we didn't have another turnover. Right there, we need to run that route a little deeper, but hey, great catch, great read by Josh. Great catch by Quay. All right, and then Sagel Hickson, doing what he does as a slot receiver, he's special. And just finishes that run. And that's the difference between Sagel this year and last year. He's got that top-end speed, which enables him to finish these runs and score touchdowns. Before he would get caught, and it was a nice gain, but now it's 6. And so right there he makes a great move, and his strength. And then, like I said, the speed to run away from everybody is the difference this year, that finishing speed that he has. He's still got the toughness and the strength break tackles, but now he's added another dimension to his game.
There's your sophomore there, Coach, putting another one through.
Yes, he did, and he's improved tremendously. So, now we got ourselves a ball game. It's tied up 7-7, and now our defense has to build on that momentum and keep it going. And
yeah, Coach, on Sagel's reception, it was amazing how he switched the ball over in traffic from his right hand to his left hand, hit the left sideline. He's just a natural.
Mm-hmm.
Some people have to run with the ball on the same side, of their body, and don't make those. But he does it naturally. It's great.
So again, we have to clean up these mistakes. We had a procedure. We were offsides on the kickoff, so it backs us up 5 yards. Our goal is to try to pin them inside the 20, and that makes it much more difficult when you get backed up 5 yards. So he's fielding it at the 15, so that doesn't give you a lot of time or space to do what we want to accomplish on the kickoff team. So, like I said, we just got to do a better job being more disciplined. Right there, what a great job, great read. That's a play Jalen usually makes. He missed that tackle, but again, he's going against
a dude.
He's going against a tough player,
tough runner,
and and then we lose our composure. He breaks out, and then we get a late hit out of bounds, and so we're just giving him too many yards. Whether it's personal fouls or jumping off sides, and just can't afford to do that. You can't afford to give teams. It's tough enough. To defend it for 10 yards, let alone giving them free 5. But again, that's just how quick Jalen is once he makes his read. And he's just, he's so special in his ability to explode through on the tackle. And you see that's just textbook form right there, hat on the ball. And so he does an outstanding job for us.
Just the surge on the defensive line on some of these plays, Coach, is incredible. And
that's really – they also had a lot of procedure penalties, and I think – when you have Jordan Renard, that's a disruptor. And so, I think those guys were trying to get a little bit of a head start to block him, and that's what was causing those false starts. I think they were a little intimidated maybe, and so, he's going to have to continue to do what he's doing and just continue to do it even better. Again, right there, what a great play. He goes up and high points the ball, and we're going to have a chance. That's Sheldrick Simpson. Who's been doing it all year.
Yeah.
We're going to have a chance to talk to his older brother, but great pressure, flushes him out of the pocket, and just great coverage. Coverage.
And Sheldrick, the receiver was 6'6", Coach.
Yep.
And they were looking to throw over Sheldrick's way. Well, they haven't been watching
Sheldrick's got
tape.
great ball skills, and like I said, the pressure really caused him to have to throw it off his back foot. He really, he couldn't get a lot on the throw. And then again, right there, ball security issues we have to clean up, or we're gonna be in some trouble. We've already seen how we've gotten in trouble in the Braden River Manatee game. Right there, we didn't pick up a blitz, O-line, and so like I said, now, you're behind the chains, and it's a situation now where we're backed up and we got to punt. So not the way you want to respond after a scoring drive, but again, that's been our MO. We just haven't been able to play a complete game yet, and we're just continuing to work, and we're trying to build toward that, and hopefully it's going to come soon. So right there, we're giving Charlotte great field position, getting them on the plus 45, and again, this quarterback's tough. On the quarterback keep right there, gets them into a second and short. All right, and then the easy conversion right there. All right, so they're moving the chains on us a little bit, and taking momentum back. And again, this is what they do. This is what championship teams do. So again, we have to do a better job. And once we have momentum, keep it.
Knocked both of the lights out of the golf cart. Ended up in Coach Dan Wooden's lap in the golf cart over there on the hit.
Yeah, like I said, he's a big kid. He's a big, strong, physical kid. So. Not even a golf cart wants to take him on head on.
Both lights were
shattered.
The
only people that were interested in taking him on all night long was Jalen Wester and Ruben Stamp and a lot of our defensive players. Right there again, we got great pursuit. A lot of red jerseys swarming to the ball. Sheldrick and Ruben right there making a play, and brother Jordan, number 29, coming off their responsibilities and pursuing to the football. again, a little jump action there. They're getting a little antsy. And again, that's part of the disruption up front when you have those violent guys getting after.
Look at the push there,
yeah,
Coach.
I mean, those guys, they're concerned, as they should be. Right there
Look
again,
at that. Oh my
great
goodness.
great pressure. Ball was tipped, and again, just the Simpson brothers have outstanding ball skills.
They do.
And you usually don't see that from defensive backs. If a defensive back has great ball skills, he should be playing wide receiver. So
nice catch.
That's a great catch right there. And like I said, it's just something usually you don't see out of your defensive backs, but we're just so glad that they have that skill set. Right there, thrown a little bit behind Alzavian Houston. All right, Josh was
was a dart
on point right there.
That
was a ball that was thrown where only our receiver, Zakidri Rutledge, could make the play, and so that's part of Josh's progress.
He just takes the easy
soft
stuff.
corner,
That's
saw a
nice.
soft
Yeah,
corner,
very
made
nice.
the great read, take the easy pitch and catch, and then connects. Oh, just barely.
Just missed.
Again, he makes the great read, and he's just missing on the connection.
Great play call here, Coach.
Again,
Love it.
Yep, again, catching him off guard, catching him in a blitz. And again,
Slip
that's just the
screen,
preparation that
versus
Coach Ty, and our offensive staff, we put a lot of time into finding just that right call at the right time and pressing that button at the right time. And, we got linemen out in front. So we're rolling. We got a little momentum now. Big pitch and catch right there. All right, again, it's been by committee. Amari, Simmons, Jamarian Sims, all of them. Zorian Gathers, Zakidri Rutledge, Alzavian Houston, and then a big play there by Sagel. And now we're knocking. We're knocking at the door right here, and we got to finish. We got to finish drives in the red zone. Right there.
Great catch.
Wow, he goes down again. That ball was thrown where only our guy could get it.
Guy was in great position there defensively.
And again, there was no doubt that Zorian went in there, got his hands under the ball. Just great concentration to go down and get that play and make that play, get that ball. So, again, that's part of everybody's progression and progress they're making. Zorian's starting to come into his home and feeling good, and Josh is making reads. And so,
Coach, at the conclusion here, I was very impressed. It was kind of cool. Zorian Gathers, he makes a catch about 6 inches off the ground. Really good throw there. And then moments later, he was crowned the homecoming king. Mm-hmm. And it was kind of interesting to me as the staff felt enough to have him out there.
Absolutely.
Not in the halftime for the half, thought enough of the young man to have him out there. So we score at the halftime 14-7.
And we missed a great play by Danny Rivera, to close out the half, to give them no life, no chance at maybe a field goal. So, again, Coach Greg Walls does an outstanding job with our D-line and the way we can rotate guys in, whether it's Gabe McDuffie, Danny Rivera, and then obviously we have Miles Ormsby and Jordan Renard and Riley Jackson. And, it's just a plethora of guys that we can rotate in there, and it's because of the technique they have and the fire and fight and the passion they have to play the game. So we're just very fortunate. We got kids with a lot of heart that love to play the game, and we got great coaches to put them in position.
Yeah, great. Danny Rivera was 6 foot, about 220, and the play, I think he had a encroachment the play before, and the next play out wasn't crying and whining and worry about what had happened the play before.
Yeah,
makes the big stop. It was great, Coach.
Yeah.
Well, Coach, who do you have here with us?
We have Jalen Wester's counterpart, the man, the hit man, right here, Ruben Stamp, and he's done an outstanding job, complimenting Jalen inside. So, hopefully he can continue to do what he's been doing.
Okay, Ruben, I got some questions for you. I'm going to make it easy for you. First of all, last year you were just a special teams phenom, blowing up stuff all over the place. I remember seeing you out there, but I didn't remember seeing number 10. What number did you wear last year?
45.
45, that's right. Now, I noticed you've had a little bit of a body. It looks like you're leaner than you were before, playing a little bit faster out there. Is that what's going on?
Yes, sir. I've been working on a lot of speed training, getting a lot faster. Over the off season, I did track, a lot of training, trying to get way faster. a lot more agile. So I've been working on a lot of that.
Yeah, it's very noticeable out there from one year to the next. It definitely it's pretty cool to see. I wanted to ask you, at one point in the game, I thought you did very well. After the play, this guy gets his hand into your face mask and pulls your lid off, right?
Yes,
I think
sir.
we got we got a personal foul on that, but I thought you did a good job because the second guy always gets caught.
Yeah.
Now, how did you keep from losing your mind there, Rube?
I just had to focus on the game. If I get into a fight during the game, the outcome of that would be a lot bigger than that moment. So keeping my composure, I just focused on the fact that the game is what's more important here, and I don't want to let my team down. And we were in a tight battle that game, so I knew I needed to do what I needed to do and step up and be the bigger person in that moment.
That was critical. I think the score was 7-7 at that point, and I'm thinking, oh boy, here we go.
Right.
And I was just real thrilled with your composure. The second guy always gets caught.
Right.
And, some teams that you will play in the future, that's part of the game plan.
Yep.
To chip you into making personal fouls and that kind of thing.
Exactly.
So who's been working with you on the track side of things?
Coach Les.
Yeah.
Yes, Coach Les. Yep.
Coach Hewitt,
Yep,
and
Coach
he's
Hewitt.
he's wonderful and has you guys playing fast
Yep.
and free. How about that? The game to you now that you're getting more experience out there, is it seem where you can play faster? Is the game slowing down for you?
The game is definitely a lot slower now, and I'm able to keep up a lot more, and I'm in a lot better shape, so it's just a lot easier to play, getting there faster. The game's slowed down. It's been a great benefit for my game overall.
Yeah, well, you're great, and I thank you for all the effort that you put in. The transition from getting a little leaner and working adding muscle, doing those things. It's evident out there on tape, and thank you for joining us here. We're going to interview someone else. And Ruben, as we've seen with Palmetto High student athletes, just amazing reflection of, your family and your coaches out there. And it's always great and positive. And we appreciate you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Coach, who do you have now?
Well, now we have the other Simpson brother. We have Jordan Simpson here, who comes up with a big play just like his brother Sheldrick. So we wanted to share the wealth around not only the defense but around the household, around the Simpson household. So we wanted to highlight him this week.
Well, Jordan, before we get started here, I wanted to say, coming from a family of, brothers that played sports and all that stuff, we're not going to talk about your brother on this outing. We're going to talk about your play. I've been really impressed the way you stay in your assignments, in your position. You're not always in the opportunity to make interceptions and do things like that. A lot of it is assignment football, turning them inside. How have you is that easy for you to stay in your assignments and do what the coaches tell you to do?
Yeah, it's pretty easy because it made the game easier for me. I don't have to work as hard to do certain things like everybody else.
Jordan, and the interception that you had on that play, ball was thrown on the other side of you. It was tipped. And did you think you were going to make that catch? Yeah.
No, I really don't think I was going to catch the ball, but it touched my hand, so I had to catch it.
One-handed tip up.
Now, you
use it wide receiver.
So did you talk to your guys after you make an interception there? Did you talk to the rest of the defenders out there and say, hey, guys, how about some blocks out here?
No, I just said thank you to Sad because he had a good pass rush.
All right, Jordan, now what grade are you in now?
11.
11th grade, so underclassmen, that's a good thing. So things continue. And we were talking earlier, do you see the game getting easier for you as you're going along here?
Yes, because film helps out a lot.
Yeah. Well, I'll... Yeah, so we've been very impressed with you, and the more we watch you, the better you get. And is that what we should expect out of you this year?
Yes.
All right.
More, especially this week.
All right, that's the way we like to hear it. All right, so with that, Jordan Simpson, thank you very much for being a part of the show here.
Thank you.
All right, Coach, we're going to take this, and it's the halftime break. You know, we go out of that with a 14-7 lead, and we've talked to the impact players of the games here. And so now let's pick it up in the third quarter.
Defensively, we're going to get to the offensive guys eventually, right?
Eventually, let's get there.
All right.
You know, we're actually let's do the offensive guys right now.
Right
Coach.
now?
Yes, sir.
All right, here we go. All right. So offensively, we have obviously our quarterback, Josh Siplin.
Yes.
So we'll bring Josh up first. Josh, come on up. And again, he's just getting better every day, every series.
Yeah, Josh, you know, I watched your game last week, 17 for 23. Kind of the QBR was kind of off the page. It's great to see. The things that I noticed, Josh, that were evident is you're going through your progressions. You know, you have the first progression, the second, and then I noticed when there was soft coverage, you just flip it out there to Sagel and let him do his thing. So
yes, sir.
Are you finding it easier, the command of the offense, as you're going along?
Yes, sir. I'm just trusting the process, trusting my receivers, you know, making sure I know what to do, making sure they know what to do. So, yes, sir.
All right, Josh, I had a question. You know, out there, you had a very good game. You know, I looked at the statistics on the game, and you had 224 yards passing, but also added 33 yards rushing. How fast are you?
Pretty fast. I think I run like a 4.6, 4.7, somewhere around there.
Cool. That's legit 4.6, 4.7.
Yes,
People
sir.
will tell you this and that.
Yes, sir.
That's the electronically
Yes,
timed
sir.
legit. Yeah,
Yes,
we've seen you break out, and that's really nice. It's 6'4", 205 pounds.
Right.
Another thing, who worked on your throwing motion?
Coach Ty Stoll, our offensive coordinator, on the offseason, especially last year, I took a lot of time and worked with him, getting better, making sure I was going to get right for this season coming up. Yes, sir.
Yeah, one of the things we see with guys that are taller like you know, you've got the big, slow, looping throws. Or
Yes,
you know, there's some things
Yes,
that
sir.
it's not there. When I look at your throwing motions, it's compact.
Yes, sir.
And you throw a nice, tight spiral
Thank you.
out there, which is nice. Which will come into play later in the year when we get in some windy games.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the guys that don't have that tight spiral like you throw,
Yes.
you know, that becomes an issue out
sir.
there. So Coach Ty, you know, he throws a very nice ball too.
Yeah, he does.
And so that's a good, you know, one thing we've got is great coaches here at Palmetto. And how much time have you put in? I know you're a hooper. You've been a hooper forever.
Yeah.
How much time have you put in over the last, let's say, year?
A lot of time. You know, probably 5 or 6 days out of the week, out of the 7, I'm putting in a lot of work, you know, trying to get better with my receivers, trying to make sure the connection is good when it comes game time.
Yeah, I noticed one afternoon, you know, earlier on y'all were out there by yourselves.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes,
just
sir.
the guys.
Yes, sir.
Throwing the ball, and I was sitting out there
Yes,
just
sir.
watching and I was
Yes, sir.
thinking, oh, wow, okay.
Yeah.
You know, and you and
Yeah.
Zorian have been working a lot. I could tell that.
Yes, because, you know, we missed a lot with the COVID and all
Yeah.
that. So
Oh,
we
yeah.
had to dedicate ourselves to the time lost.
And I was impressed that y'all were doing that on your own dime, on
Yes.
your own time.
Yes,
no
sir.
coaches involved,
Yes, sir.
out there running routes,
Yes,
nice
sir.
routes,
Yes,
and
sir.
that was great to see.
Yes, sir.
So the dedication and the focus is just awesome.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And we appreciate what a great game. Three touchdowns, 17 for 23. We'll take that all the time.
Yes, sir.
And we'll just,
Thank you.
you know, the defense has been doing so many things, intercepts, and, you know, you'd have a lot more yards
Yes.
if you weren't in such good field position already.
Right, and I think the defense every time. Yes, sir.
Yeah, you could put a 400 game out there, but when you start at like the 40 and the 30, are you appreciative of those guys making it, you know,
Yes,
they're
sir.
killing your numbers.
Yeah, I thank them at all times though, because it puts us in a better situation to score. Yeah.
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 Thank you. You're amazing, and
Thank
we'll get
you.
on with the show here. But,
Yes, sir.
Josh, thank you. Do you have anybody that you wanted to give a shout-out to tonight before you go?
My grandma. I know
There
she's
you go.
watching. I know she's watching right now. Yes, I love her dearly.
What's your grandma's name?
Gato Siplin.
Oh,
Yes,
that's
ma'am.
awesome.
I mean, yes, sir.
That's
Sorry
awesome.
about that. Yes.
All right, we appreciate her watching. Thank you so much, Josh. God bless. All right, now anybody else here, Coach?
Well, we have our captain, the bell cow, right? Sagel Hickson. Sagel, come on up, Sagel. Wide receiver, kick returner, fullback, tailback, quarterback if we need him to. But right now, thank God Josh is staying healthy.
Sajal, one of the things I see about your game, which is really cool, I watched some pretty good LaMichael P. Ryan that played at Florida. I watched him play on Saturdays, and the thing that he did was he's an excellent receiver. And what I've seen out there, the one play you made, I think it was an arrow route, well covered with 2 people on you in one game, beautiful catch. I think it was a Manatee game. And then in this last game, just a beautiful catch. What makes you such a good receiver?
To be honest, I play 7-on-7 with Air 5, so I play wide receiver out there. And I work on my catching. I got Coach Les. Coach Les helps us with ball security and make sure we having the ball in our hands, look the ball in. So those are some things that help me to keep contact with the ball.
Now, the dual-purpose yards, you continue to roll those up. I think you had 50 yards rushing, but you have a big game receiving. And for you, is it all about Sajal, or is it more about the Dubs?
It's about a team. I'm a team player. Whatever the coaches need me to go do, I'll do it.
Yeah, I've loved watching you play, and it's a great offensive system that you're in. A lot of guys are my running back is a running back, wide receivers are wide receivers. But if you can be a good receiver,
yes, sir,
Coach Ty is going to find a way to get you the rock, and that's one thing that I love about the system at Palmetto High School. So have you enjoyed that?
Yes, I do. I enjoy everything that we do. Well,
yeah, and one thing that I've been impressed with is your blocking. Nobody talks about a back that's out there blocking people, but I've seen you go out there out of the slot, with some of the plays and just throw some killer blocks out there. Is that something that's natural, or have you worked on that? And I know you did a lot of 7-on-7. There's not a lot of blocking.
Yeah. We work on that. We work on that in practice all day with this guy, Coach Marino. He makes sure we have the blocking scheme down. So we work on that a lot in practice.
Yeah, so, one of really the best, Sajal Hickson here in Manatee County, people all over the place, even during the games, watch Sajal. Sometimes, they're keying on you, and I think that's going to free up a lot of the other offensive plays.
Yes, sir.
Because they do a lot of keying on Sajal, But I appreciate what you do here. Do you have anybody you want to give a shout-out to, Sajal?
Shout out to my mom, my father, coaches, Palmetto High School, my teammates.
All right, Sajal. Your mom had sent me, and I've lost it, a picture of you as a baby with a little football. I'm going to throw that up on TigerVision if I can get my hands on it.
Okay.
Okay. God bless you. Thank you, Sajal.
And again, you talk about our scheme. We ask a lot of our running backs. I mean, that is our offense. We ask them to be pass protectors, to get our receivers a chance to make big plays down the field. We ask our receivers to catch the ball out of the backfield and to get into the slot, in our offense, and then to run block as well. And so, we do. We ask a lot, but then again, it helps them in the recruiting process.
Oh, yeah.
If you play running back in our system, you're going to be that every down back. And so that's something that college coaches, when they come in, that's what they're looking for. They know that, if you play in our system, you can do it all. And
yeah,
so
they're not going to.
Sajal just, he epitomizes that. So,
yeah,
again, great hard work by him, and he's getting all the accolades that he deserves.
Okay, let's move on now to the third quarter highlights.
So, you want to be up. It's your home, so you definitely want to be up. And, they try to catch us off guard with a little onside kick, so we get great field position. And, again, right there, Quay Smith, he's an explosive athlete. Again, that's the blocking you're talking about.
There it is.
You're talking about Sajal Hickson on the perimeter, does a great job. The receivers do a great job. Right there, Sajal blocks one guy, blocks two guys, right there, and he puts them on his back. That's a linebacker. So, when you're talking about a running back blocking, not just is he blocking, but he's dominating. And then right there, we just got to protect the ball. We get a big play. This is the way you want to start the half and just totally dominate them and just put the game away. And we just cough it up right there. Josh has got to do a better job with ball security. So we gave Charlotte life. And these are the things we have to clean up if we're going to be a championship team. But then again, right there, Jordan Renard, I mean, he's already in the backfield on the snap. And so defensively, they're pinning their ears back. Right there. Again,
now they're thinking about it, Coach. He's in there so fast.
He's so excited, and like I said, that was Danny Rivera, and that had a big sack. So they're all hungry to get in there and make a play, and they do that, and that's what they do right there. They come up with a big play to give us the short field. So as we turn it over again, that's the team culture we have. Nobody gets down on one another. They give us the ball right back, and that's we could be a dangerous football team if we all play, a cleaner game. If defense keeps giving us the ball and we protect the ball, again, we could put up a lot of points.
I really didn't see. I saw a pancake block. I don't know.
Yeah, like I said, sometimes the referees are going to miss them.
Wasn't a crack back there at all.
It was a good block by number 52, Kywan Smith, but it was too good of a block. And so when they see a guy driving a guy for 10 yards and then the guy ends up on his back, they just assume that he had to have held him. But we have to we have to respond to it. So we get backed up, and then right here we get a good blocking again by Sagel, giving Mouse Cleve Benson a shot to get a big play, and right there our offensive line getting push, great push, but unfortunately we have to settle for the field goal. And that's what happens when you play behind the chains because of penalties. It's tough. It's tough to overcome those mistakes.
But the sophomore comes in and drives it through, Coach.
Yep. So he did a great job. That was his first field goal. And so it's nice to see him grow and mature as well. So right now, defensively, we got good pressure again, forcing him to throw before he wants to. That's Cedric Augustine. Like I said, Danny Rivera. Right there, you had Jacob Milligan coming in, doing his assignment, forcing it inside, and then that swarming defense just coming from inside out to make a play. All right, and again, as much as we need things to be cleaned up, Charlotte had a lot of mistakes as well, and so a lot of that was due to our defense and the pressure they're putting on them. Right there, Jordan was in the backfield and then gets over there and makes the play on the sideline. He took on two guys and then still made the play on the sideline.
He's amazing.
So his motor's always running.
6'3", 255.
He's just a dominant force inside.
Sophomore, Coach?
Yep, sophomore. Thank God we have him for 2 more years. So, right there, good push up front, good hard run. All right, and then we get helmet to helmet, I believe it was, maybe they called. So we get the bonus there, the personal foul, and then another great call, just dialing up right at the right time. Good hard physical running by Cleve, Mouse, Benson.
And they were running away.
And so moving the chains, and this is what you want to do. We got momentum. We want to keep it. This is what we talk about. When we have momentum, we have to keep the foot on the gas and keep that momentum. And so, offensively, we're put together a nice drive right here, moving the chains. Again, first down play. Picking up 5 yards.
Yeah,
and
nice.
if you can end up 2nd and 5, that's not a bad place to be. 3rd and short. Again, 3rd and short's where you want to be, and but this is. This is where they're making mistakes now. So we get the first down on the 3rd down conversion there.
Nice
and
throw.
then he didn't miss on that one.
Oh my goodness.
And we saw it. The scheme was there early on, and Josh just missed it early on. Came back to it. Coach Ty did a great job dialing it up again. And what a ball! What a perfect ball. He couldn't have handed it to him any better. And Quay Smith just is continuing to becoming more and more of what we knew he could be in terms of his playmaking ability. So right there, we do a much better job on extra point and field goal up front. We made some adjustments. Coach Walls, stepped in and made some personnel changes and some alignment changes, and so we're much more sound up front. And then the defense is feeling it now. Now we have that 24/7 lead, and the defense is hungry now.
Yeah.
And now we have the momentum, and they're bound and determined to keep it, and that's great job by Jordan Simpson. Again, and it wasn't just the pick; it was his solid play across the board. That there's a reason why we wanted to get him out here and highlight him. And then, L.J. Hewitt coming off and reading that, and being physical at corner.
That's great.
If we know he's a cover corner.
Yeah,
but if you have a physical cover corner like this, this is what's going to help him in his recruiting as well. To get those offers to continue to come in, and he had 2 more offers come in this week, and this is the reason why.
Yeah.
And if he continues to make plays like this, then his recruitability will continue. So again, great pressure in his face. You get the grounding call, and now they're backed up. And like I said, we had him. This was not a fake. We had the block, and he had no choice. He couldn't have kicked it, or we would have blocked it and scooped it and scored. And like I said, we just lost contained by our alignment. And so thank God they were a yard short. So we ended up getting great field position again. We were in that hurry-up mode, forced them to burn a timeout. And then Josh does a great job rolling, and that was the other drop.
Yeah.
We only had the 2, one Zorian earlier, and then Quay Smith right there. So we're eliminating or we're diminishing the drops, and if we continue to, improve in that area again and just clean up the dumb penalties, I think we have a chance to be a really explosive offense. Right there, Zorian makes a great catch. Gets us into a definite 4th and manageable down, but. At that point, we felt like we had momentum and we didn't want to give them good field position. So, we work on that, and Josh did an outstanding job, and the receivers did a great job, pinning them down deep.
That's beautiful.
And so,
beautiful.
At that point, it's as an offensive coordinator, you want to go for it and you want to get another touchdown, but you just got to manage the game. And Coach Braze made a great decision there to punt that, and Coach Ty. Right there, great coverage. Jalen was on it, and he had Jock coming over the top.
Jalen way down the field from the linebacker.
Yeah, he's got all the skills. Right there, that's a big throw. That's a big throw across the field. That out route, and so that's big time for that Charlotte quarterback. And there's the reason why he's getting offers. Like I said, to be big and strong and physical runner, and then still be able to make those throws. So, like I said, our defense. Does a good job here, getting them confused, forcing them to, have a delay of game penalty, and then, what a play. What a play by Cedric Augustin right there. He just stays at home on this reverse. That's assignment sound football. And look at that. He does a great job. So, again, if our kids continue to play at the level they're capable of playing, good things are going to happen.
That was a great throw with great pressure in the backfield.
That's the reason why he's getting these D1 offers. And so, that's a big-time throw. And so we knew we were going to be in for a challenge. But, hey, at the end of 3 quarters, up 24-7, that's where you want to be.
Yeah, and, Coach, we want to go into now the 4th quarter highlights.
So, 4th quarter, 24-7, and, right there, we had another shot. Procedure call on them. But Jordan Simpson was breaking on that ball. And, good play here. Good pursuit. Ruben Stamp, that's the reason why we're highlighting him. That was good coverage, and LJ getting the hand in there late to pry it loose, jar it loose. Great pressure by Cedric Augustin right there. And, again, that's good coverage. That's great coverage. Outstanding coverage by Sheldrick Simpson. All right.
He's tough, Coach.
And that's again, our physicality, and we're not going to complain about those. Our kids, we always tell them to play fast and physical, and if the referees, give us a bad deal, well, then we're just going to keep coming. We're going to keep coming. Again, great pressure.
Look at that pressure.
And like I said, I don't know if those were personal fouls on roughing the quarterback. Not when we're, right there on top of them. All right, but again, what a play by Chance Zipper. He drops into coverage, puts them in. They were in 3rd and long. And now they're in a 4th and medium situation. And that's it's tough sledding now. What are they going to do? What can they come up with? And they go to their bell cow. And he's a tough runner, and he converts. So credit to Charlotte and that quarterback and how tough he is. How physical of a runner he is.
Got a little fortunate on that one, but got it to completion. Now he's making the throw down the boundary.
Right
great
there,
coverage.
that's great coverage. That's great coverage, and that's just terrible. I don't like to complain about the referees, but that's just. That's just great coverage. It's just terrible. You can't defend that. But then again, they miss them. They miss them, and they definitely missed that one. So, but then again, they try Sheldrick again, and he answers. He's got great coverage over there. So they're trying our guys, but they're answering. And again, LJ puts the hands up because, like I said, these referees want to pull those flags out of their pockets, and so, but again, great coverage by LJ. And right there, the quarterback keeps the drive alive, and, but time's also clicking. And that's the thing, when you're down 24-7, very difficult to keep running your quarterback to come back.
And, he had 160 yards the week before, Coach, some, outrageous numbers rushing, so we contained him.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And again,
good coverage.
We're right there to make a play. And so puts him in a 3rd and long. Can't go down now. That pressure that's been in his face, getting him to throw off his back foot. He's, not transferring his weight in the throw. And so he's a little off in his accuracy. And that's what pressure does to you. Again, he's throwing off his back foot. All right, but he makes a great play.
Great catch.
He makes a great catch. That was a blown coverage by us. They saw him scrambling and then, and came off, and you just, you can't do that. So, hey, they're right back in it now. So offensively, we need to answer. I said at 8:30 in the game, we couldn't afford to go 3 and out because our defense was gassed on that drive. That was I want to say that was a 14-play drive, I believe they had.
Yeah,
and so, our defense was tired. So we needed to at least get a 1st down. So we pick up 5 on 1st, and then Josh, what a great run. Good blocking by Zorian downfield. So, again, you just got to protect that ball. But, we get out of a hole. We move the chains and give our defense a chance here. So, good read right there by Josh to keep it.
Nice.
Good cutback, good vision. And, again,
tuck the ball away, Coach. Yep. That's nice.
You know what I mean? Right there, he's just got to watch it right here. He's got to put 2 on it. When you got all these guys converging right there, he's wheelhousing it. He's, windmilling it. And so, right there, we try to take a deep shot, and that's part of Josh, his progression. We tried to take a deep shot, but it wasn't there, and he checked it down and made the good throw to, again, keep the chains moving, to get us into, manageable downs. And so a 2nd and short, good hard run by Cleve to move the chains. And so this is exactly what we needed to get our defense off the field. And, right here, Quay, this is another bad call. The kid's looking right at Quentin Sanders.
That was terrible.
And the kid reversed field. It's not like it was 10 yards, 15 yards behind the play. And that was the intent of that rule.
Right.
The crack block away from the play, the cheap shot.
Yeah.
Wasn't the case. And like I said, if you'll see here in the replay, he reverses field. Okay, so, this kid sees it coming. Right, 55 is looking. He's looking right at the kid. He's looking right at our 55. So he knew it was coming. That's why it wasn't a rocking block, but it was an effective block. It was a needed block, and it was a clean block. Unfortunately, the referees miss them.
If you get a big block, it's a penalty. That was unfortunate. So
instead, again, being on the 3-yard line going in, we're backed up. But again, it was effective in that we gave our defense a chance to rest. And I was proud of the offense for overcoming all of this, this adversity, these penalties.
Yeah, it was impressive, Coach. They kept stopping the clock there, and so there we had an offsetting personal fouls there. I think that was the stamp play.
Great counter play, good call right there. That's big. Sagel getting us back into, a manageable situation. Getting us back into plus territory. Great call. And it's just a great play call right there and great execution. And then tough running by Sagel. Like I said, getting us back in positive territory. So, again, 4th and 10. Would you like to go for it right there, especially when you're already on the 3? But the right decision is, our main objective was to give the defense a break, and we gave them a heck of a long break. So the quick kick got them pinned down deep again on the 12. Our defense is refreshed and ready to go. So
burned nearly 5 minutes off the clock with a 10-point lead in fourth quarter.
So it was the right decision to make in terms of game time decision. And again, here you go again. Our defense is just all over their offense, and we're we got them rattled. And so that's the reason why you're getting these procedure penalties, and then we just we finish right here. We got great pursuit. Jalen coming, all right, and everybody coming over, and he's running for his life. And like I said, tick, tick, tick every time he runs. Again, great decision right there. Great read, and he stood in the pocket. Again, this is why he's a special quarterback.
Tons
he
of
stands
pressure
in there, and delivers a great ball. Again, though, it's tough to sit in there and do it play after play, and so he was a little antsy on that one to get rid of it quick. Right there, great pressure again by Cedric Augustin, and then, inside-out pursuit by Danny Rivera, who's chasing from the backside, and then there's Jalen Wester and Ruben
Ormsley's
Stamp.
waiting for him on the sideline from his defensive tackle.
Again,
position.
Great pursuit, just a great swarming defense. And again, here you go again. When you're that dominant up front, you're starting to get in their head a little bit, and they're just they're jumping the gun. So again, the quarterback running for his life, and we just we come up, swarm to the ball.
Good job keeping him in bounds. Didn't let him get out of bounds.
Yep.
So.
Tick, tick, tick. Fourth down play here. And they're running out of time. Down 10 points. And again, having to throw the football, but with that kind of pressure, it's tough. It's a tough task. And so that was it. All we have to do now is run it out. We should be in milk it mode right here.
Perfect call.
Just trying to
keep
the clock running. We got to do a better job. I think we were so anxious to try to score because we had so many blown opportunities that we go out of bounds later on here.
Yeah.
And that's Sagel's just passion to be the best and be great. And sometimes you just have to swallow your pride and just take the W and move on. And but again, good hard running here by Sagel. He should have two hands on that ball though in milk it mode. And like I said, and then to take the other hand and get that personal foul call, we didn't need it. It stops the clock, and it's just, again, he's just trying to make a big play, and we don't really need big plays right here. We just need to beat our opponent, and that's the clock right now. And here's another example, where he goes out of bounds.
Right.
And so we got to be smarter, and Sagel knows he's just got to, just in those situations, just do what you need to do to win the football game. And, you got plenty of opportunities the other 46 minutes to score and take advantage of your opportunities. This is not the time. This is the time to just, protect the ball and beat up the clock.
And I promise you 2 weeks from now, no one will remember whether it was a 31-14 game or a 24-14 game.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's all about the W. And like I said, we just got to be smarter, and we got to be more disciplined in the way we handle our milk it mode situation at the end of games, because we don't want to give a team another chance to get the ball back.
And you can see here taking the time off the clock, no hurry.
Yeah,
so
Josh does a great job. We practice it. He knows to look at the official, and when the official raises his hand, we're in victory formation. It's the best formation in football, right here.
Got to be my favorite.
And so again, hats off to the kid. It was a great environment. Homecoming against a really, really good football team. And like I said, they really responded well after losing two tough ones against a 4-1, perennial powerhouse program like Charlotte. They really did a great job getting a big win for Tiger Nation, for all the different classes that were celebrating homecoming. You guys did a great job with retro night. It was good seeing your baby pictures and your hoop days. It was a great homecoming, and go Tigers. So glad you guys could all enjoy it.
Yeah, thank you, Coach. You made it very enjoyable for us. And now next week we're going to have an opponent that you're somewhat familiar with, the Southeast Seminoles. And, Palmetto Tigers, eventually we won this last game 24-14. And, last week Southeast really was pushing Braden River. I think they ended up losing 20-17. Yep. But Brett Timmons over there, that's another guy a little bit something about.
Yeah, former player of ours when I was there.
Good job over there.
Yeah, no, it's Southeast Palmetto rivalry goes way back, and we got to go on the road again, and we got to win on the road. That's key. So it's going to be a tough environment. They're going to be fired up. They have played well. They've played outstanding. And they had a chance last week against Braden River. They had a chance against Sarasota. They've had a chance, in every game they've been in. They're just real close, and so we're going to have to go in there and start fast and play a cleaner game, be more efficient, and hopefully, get another W.
Get the W over at Bradenton Southeast. Thank you for watching the Coach Marino's Coaches Show featuring Tiger highlights here from Jack Sports Bar in Palmetto on TigerVision. Is presented by Conley Buick GMC. If you haven't already done so, make sure that you click on subscribe to our channel. First you click on like, then subscribe. And we really want to get our subscribers up here on the channel. Be sure to join us again this Friday night, October the 23rd, when our Palmetto Tigers travel to Southeast High School to take on those Southeast Seminoles. And, Coach, here in Palmetto, north of the river, we always say, one town, one team.
Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.